Hello, this is Green Lantern 12151988 of Sector 201, better known as Malave.
I can't believe I let that whole thing slide. My name is Gino Steuth, just from Sector Earth. All you need.
That's all you need. All you need to get by. We have a very special show for you tonight. Zach Galifianakis is here.
Oh, God.
Musical guest Katy Perry. No. We honestly do have a great show for you tonight, right, Gino?
Yeah, great.
Special show.
Special show, great. Yep, it's great. Okay, so, topic for the show. Where in what era do we feel that we should have been born in?
Right. Era, place,
time. Actually, we could just do all of them in separate sections.
This, not gonna lie, was inspired by me taking some time-killing BuzzFeed quizzes.
Painkillers.
Should be addicted to painkillers. That's my last thing to be addicted to, is painkillers. That's my last vice. But no, yeah, I took one that said I should be in Portland because I'm a free spirit and blah, blah, blah. But that got me thinking to a deeper level. Where do I really belong? Because I don't belong here, you guys.
Definitely not in Portland.
No, I don't belong. Well, again, they said I'm fancy and a free spirit and adventurous.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
You know? Who's they to say that?
I do believe that about myself. So, I know Mr. Steuth, the awesome guy he is, has been thinking about this his whole life. Since he was 3, he's like, I don't belong here.
Well, only for 23 years.
Only for 23 years.
But basically, I mean, where I think I should have been born, I've been thinking about it, and I've been switching places every year. I think I've been cheating myself, you know, just thinking about it that way. But one of the most popular places was the place where I thought I should have been born was either Japan.
Japan?
Yeah, Japan. Mainly because my whole adolescent life till this point has been structured around Japanese style art, you know, storytelling, art, culture, everything was structured around that. And my family's like, who the hell are you? like, where's your DNA coming from? Was your great uncle's grandfather attached to you and he was Japanese or something? But I don't know why. It's just I had much more of a drive than anybody else with this type of thing. Place, we can switch the topic to that. We can connect.
Well,
it all.
I was about to ask you, not to get too off subject. You are the atypical one out of your family. Like, your little brothers are like you, but you're the first one. You're very different from people in your family.
Juan. Call me Juan.
Juan. Not that people in your family are bad, but I'm just saying I've noticed you are different. Why do you think that is?
The first generation always has a lot of things to tackle. First of all, high expectations on you, and you just want to be different.
But some people want to be different. You are actually different. Some people we know some people that want to be different, but nah, you normal, bro.
I'll say this right now. Not to brag, because I don't like to brag, but it's to my own horn. But in the high school I used to go to, I was the first person besides white people. I was the first person saying bro, and then it caught up. Everybody else was saying something else, more gang related, and I think I started bro in that school. Aside from bro, I was the first motherfucker with the different style of hair. And everyone made fun of me.
I will attest to that.
Yes, and then everyone made fun of me, and as soon as I cut my hair, buttoned up a little bit, everyone had crazy hairdos the next year. So, just saying. I'm not different. I try to be different, but all y'all copy my flow. Just saying.
I do believe I was the first person to start using PPL like in text and Facebook instead of people. I hadn't seen anyone else doing that. And so I started saying PPL. Y'all niggas get off my swag. One time I was on the train and I gave $1 to a homeless person and then everyone else started doing it. And I couldn't help but say out loud, yo, why y'all trying to be like me? I was dead serious.
I heard that. That was me.
That was me. Like, give me my credit, but I'm sorry.
Right? There's some tax. I got a tax.
I got to tax y'all. I got to tax you, B. All right, I'm sorry, Gino. What's going on?
If you hear this drink, it's sherry and cream.
He's an alcoholic.
No, you're drinking too.
Put me on
I exposed you.
Bro.
Damn. Error.
Error.
Not error, but era.
Yeah, hey.
I don't know what era I should have been born into, but I love 80s movies. I could sit down all day
and watch 80s movies
and just watch good 80s movies.
What about bad ones? There's some to the bad ones
low
too.
budget ones are funny
as hell.
They are
funny. Yeah,
and it makes me think, wow, I think our parents used to be cool as hell.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we misjudge them sometimes.
Yeah,
We're like, they're so whack sometimes. But no, I think they used to be cool as hell.
Cool as ice, bro.
My mother still parties. She still knows how to party.
Your mom is cool as hell.
Yeah, just saying. This, maybe I would have liked to dibble dabble around that time. Maybe that's not the time I should have been born in, but that's one era I would like to experience.
It's the 80s. Me too. I have that too.
I wouldn't be a cokehead, but
no, I wouldn't be a cokehead.
Yeah, I still don't think that way.
Don't judge. Nose candy's not for me.
No.
So you want to be
White Tiger. That's what they should have called it.
Yeah, that sounds more appealing. Hey, bro, you want some White Tiger in the bathroom? Want to do a line on White Tiger? So you believe...
Because it's rare, you get it?
Get it? You believe you should be 23 years old in 1984 Japan. Am I getting you?
Oh my gosh.
Like, that's where you should be.
Is that...
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not the same. Is that when it gets...
No.
Okay. All right. I'm not good with history.
Switch those numbers around. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I'll be cool. I'll be one of those guys. I'll be in the Rolling Stone magazine for Japan.
Rolling Stone Japan must look so dope.
Yeah.
It honestly looks so fucking dope. That is what I'm going to Google when we're done now. I swear, Rolling Stone Japan.
Google that. Like. And then hashtag it for us. We'll find it.
Japan shit, they know their shit is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing about I will give that to Japan. They even know that, oh, y'all shit is pretty dope. I think New York is the coolest place in the world. But Japan is a good second. Okay, me. I don't... How should I phrase this? This isn't the time I'd want to be born or live, but this is where I do think I belong in my fantasyful head. I think I belong in World War II era Paris, and I'll be part of the resistance fighting the Germans.
La resistance.
La resistance.
Damn, I can picture you got one of those weird ass hats.
The berets eating a baguette. Weird. With a beret eating a baguette. Like, show me, we want to Inglourious Bastards. That's what I think I should be.
Actually, there's another era I think I should have actually been born in. Well, let me give you a little background on this. My birthday's on the same day as Miley Cyrus's. And it's also on the same day as
Weird bragging
Billy the Kid.
Really? Billy the Kid?
Billy the Kid. Same day. Boom. Even though he got, like, shot to death or something.
Boom,
But he was cool.
He was cool.
I think I should have been born into the Django times, but I was the Django, not the slave.
Fuck that
I was saving.
You was
saving slaves.
Saving
slaves. Not
busting in, boom.
Sacrificing. My wife wanted me to stay, but I'm like, no, wife, I gotta go.
That is such a man fantasy. That is such like, I'm not getting on you. I have it too.
Yeah.
I want to be a cop and tell my wife to stay home so bad and go into danger. You have no idea.
This is why I because I'm still planning it, but I was planning on buying a cowboy hat and just wearing it in Jersey City.
I wish we could capture faces.
I know.
The face I just made.
The face you just made, but still, like, I think it would be cool. I mean,
it'd be cool.
It'd be really cool, bro. And I would wear it, like, and I'd be the only motherfucker in Jersey City wearing a cowboy hat, and and I wanted, because there's a comedy movie coming out for westerns. I forgot who's directing it.
Seth MacFarlane, I think, is directing it.
Yeah, and then there was a there was a Quentin Tarantino film that he was gonna, The Hateful Eight, but then he freaking canceled it.
Because they read my script.
I understand why he's hurt, but he's doing a disservice, man. He's doing a disservice, and I really wanted to see two Western films come back and be like, Western's cool again. Well, so when I wear this hat. When I wear this hat, it wouldn't be so weird.
Right, but you was going to do it before the movies came out.
Yeah, before.
There's a lot of Quentin Tarantino talk today on the podcast. We mentioned Inglourious Bastards, Django, and The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my friend about him last Sunday. she didn't like Django or Inglourious Bastards. I don't like Django, but I like Inglourious Bastards. Okay, sorry for that tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is with that? Like, yeah, I want a gun and I want to shoot bad people. But at the same time, I want to be in a bad marriage. Because of it.
Actually, no. My definition of leaving my wife and coming back to her is that she'll wait for me. That's testament of love.
Right.
While I go wrangle up some stranglers.
But you know you're doing a bad thing by leaving her.
Oh, yeah. But if she knows I'm doing justice, she should dig it.
Mouth.
She should dig it.
Can you dig it? Warriors. Great movie.
Oh, great movie. I love that movie. I could quote that movie all day. I'll stick this bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle. I think that was one. There was a list on YouTube of the 100 greatest insults, and I think that made one of the top 20 or something.
Dangerous New York. Dangerous New York seems so fun, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
You know, one thing about the Warriors is that when they filmed it, I think they did it all in one take. I don't even think they bothered to retake it. Because there was these scenes where the camera looked completely different, and then then the real nice quality camera came into it. Mm-hmm. But you could tell they're like, let's not even redo that. Even though it's grained out, the film is lighter, the audio is horrible, but they just left it there. They're like, you know what? Let's not even redo this shit. It's so the budgeting for that is so bad you can't even digitally remaster it.
Isn't there something great about a movie like that?
Yeah,
that's why I like punk rock, like Black Flag, or not even punk, just punk rock, like Rockabilly, like the Cramps, because the music isn't perfect. It isn't compressed. You can hear them mess up.
Yeah,
it still sounds for some reason. But for some reason, the awesome adds to it. I mean, awesome adds to it. The fucking mess up adds to it. You get what I'm saying?
No, because they're in the flow. They actually, this is what I hate about artists sometimes is when I'm listening to the album version and they're going all out with their voice, and then I hear the live version and they have background singers to fill that in, and they don't even go loud themselves, and that pisses me off. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm here to hear you do that loud part in the song that I love so much. You made me love so much because you recorded it in the studio the same way, and I'm expecting it, and you're like, all low and shit.
See, I kind of like that though.
I mean,
because it's something different.
But it's the thing is I'm up there and I'm singing with you, and when it gets to that part, I'm the only loud motherfucker out here.
Okay, the first time,
and then when people do your covers on YouTube, they're reaching the high notes. So how come you can't? It's your song.
That face you made.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't get. But I do love the rawness of everything. Me too. It shows the heart. You
gotta have heart, bro.
Heart of the cards.
Full heart, clear eyes, can't lose. Do you know how much I say that to myself? You just walking down the street when I'm I don't get depressed that often. When I am depressed about something. Full hearts, clear eyes, can't lose.
Ooh. Red eyes.
Red eyes. Red eyes. Let me see those eyes. Boy.
Oh, man. But there's just so many things. Speaking of bands, My Chemical Romance.
MCR.
Speaking of bands speaking of MCR and the freaking
Fall Out Boy?
Nah, the movie we just mentioned.
The Warriors.
The Warriors, yeah. Sorry about that.
Warriors.
They did their whole their second to last album is called The Fabulous Days of the Killjoys or something. And they made their own characters up.
Okay.
I think they would name them Jetstar and stuff like that. Right. And they have these nice little jackets and stuff. And it's their song Na 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 Na. When you go up on YouTube and you look it up, it starts off like the Warriors or something. Really? Yeah, it's not really. They're not meeting up with other gangs, but you have the talk show guy. It's the morning. He's waking people up, and he's in the radio, and you see his mouth. Wake up, guys. It's the morning.
Like the morning zoo
talking about the establishment as their pigs and stuff and shit like that, and they're cool as hell because they're in their little gang. They're in their little gang and stuff, and basically they're just causing mischief to the establishment, and they're just riding around. And then what's so cool is that the second video was casted with the same actors. And the second video goes off from the first, where the first, they were having fun, they were causing chaos to the establishment, and then they steal the little girl that's with them. So in the second video, there's more serious song called Sing. They made that video more serious and it's more mellow tone, and they're going to rescue that girl with the same cast and everything. It's so cool because in that video, no spoilers, it's a fucking music video.
Spoiler alert, bro.
Yeah. But they all die and the girl survives.
Damn, no, really, spoiler alert.
Okay, yeah. My bad. Can you dig it?
Remember, death is a spoiler alert. Even if it's just a commercial, death is a spoiler.
It is, okay.
You gotta say spoiler alert for death.
I just wanted to get it out
Gino.
there. I just wanted to get it out there. But it's so cool. And, you know, it was a whole... I pictured that as the Warriors and in the future, basically.
Okay.
And if they could make a movie and have different gangs alongside them, you know what I mean? Which is really cool. But... probably never happens, just a music band, but they could do it. They have the money, you know.
Someone will get it, or we'll get the idea to someone. But that is so hard to do, to create characters in music, because it always doesn't work. Like, there's a lot of people who've tried to create like different. Like Dr. Dre made an album, and it's never gonna get released. He's probably destroyed it, and it's supposed to be his final album. We're still waiting on his last album, but he played a hitman on the album who's doing one last mission. And throughout the album, he meets different people from his life. Like Eminem was supposed to play because Eminem is his apprentice.
Yeah.
Eminem was supposed to play a hitman that he's training. Snoop Dogg was supposed to play his former partner. And he made the album. He just never, I guess it sounded like crap. He never released it. But that's like so difficult to do. And I appreciate, I don't know, loving her. Hate. My friend, Leela Sparkle, shouts out to Boo Babble. Go watch that on YouTube. She hates concept albums. Like, she loved My Chemical Romance until Welcome to the Black Parade. She doesn't like Green Day's American Idiot. She doesn't like The Who's Quadrophenia or Tommy. She hates concept albums. I have an affinity. I don't love every concept album. But if it's a concept and it's good.
If it's telling a good story.
Right. Why not?
Yeah.
It's the art of storytelling. Like Slick Rick.
Yeah.
You remember Children's Story?
Yeah.
That's a great song. That's one of the greatest songs I've ever heard.
But seriously.
And that's like all his songs are just him basically telling a story. So I appreciate that. I just appreciate storytelling in any
general
form. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
form.
That's
one thing me and Adam both share very well. We're both storytellers.
We are storytellers.
We structure our life around storytelling. Me personally, I don't see why you can't do everything in life. Why can't you be an actor? A director,
thank you.
Fucking, you know, a star with filming, podcasting, whatever, directing. I just said directing, but you know, like
so many passions. I have so many passions in life,
and they don't all have to revolve around themselves. You know,
right.
I want to make a comic book. I want to be an actor. I want to do all this shit. Why not? You know, I heard this quote on Instagram, and I told Adam about this before. You know, we all have the same 24 hours.
The first quote I saw was like, Beyonce has the same 24 hours you do.
Beyonce. But it's true. And I'm sure some people have more capacity and time and freedom than we do. And some people just are born with more assets and, you know, they could do it. But that doesn't mean they're going to be better when you try it, you know. So I guess that's the lesson for
like the lesson for today.
The lesson for the whole day.
And this is speaking for everyone. We're not all talented. I hate to say it. I'm talented. And I'm sure you listening, and I know...
This is one thing I could say about myself, basically, is that no matter what I do, even if it's not the greatest thing in the world, everything I do will at least be above decent.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have to be the greatest thing ever, but it will be decent or above decent. You know, that's my thing. That's what I can see with confidence. I went
to this event where George Saunders, the author, spoke, and Ben Stiller spoke, and they were talking about comedy and writing. But this could just apply to anything. Being talented is not enough. You know, you have to learn how to cultivate that talent to make it stand out from everybody else in the room.
Yeah.
So you have to, just because you're good enough, like I was saying before, just some talented people that listen to this podcast. I know them personally. They are just great writers. They have great opinion. Like, they just have great analytic concepts. And it's awesome. But our job is to learn how to separate that from everyone else. What about our talent stands out? Like, I get, this is going to sound like such an asshole. And it's just confidence, people. It's not arrogance. I stand out. because I've learned how to make myself stand out. I was the only black kid in a white neighborhood for a good while, and then I was like the only type of nerd kid in a poor neighborhood. So I've been standing out my whole life. Gino stands out like a sore fucking thumb.
It hurts.
But that's what you got to learn how to do in life, and that's the real battle.
I mean, you can't live life, in my opinion, you can't live life thinking that you gotta wing it. To me, you can't really just wing it. You can wing it, and you'll hit something out of the ballpark every now and then. Fine, because if you're talented, that's the way it happens. But there's basic concepts around everything. There is a structure, and then you flow off that structure, and you do like something great with it, something that nobody else can match. But you have to build off that. Everything in life has a certain structure. A car has a frame, but the way you make that car, it could be completely the coolest thing out there with all the latest vehicle attachments and shit like that.
Whipped cream comes in a carton.
Yeah. What? Wait, what? But
it gotta make sense.
But just because you think you're following a sort of formula, don't feel like you're stuck to it. You could always expand from it.
That's what I said earlier. You got to learn how to adapt and grow from that.
And that's why some people pay the most money just to experience different arts and different styles from the greatest people and minds on earth, because they want to reinvent themselves. Even if you have no talent, it is not impossible for you to do something great.
No, that's
the beauty of our brains and our minds and the way it works together with everything we know and love. If we research and do something where we're not sure of, but we've done the research. We've done things that work before. That's why numbers do work for some people who aren't as talented, because they can still create work that is just way beyond. That's the art, yeah.
Math and numbers could be anything could be art.
Yeah,
I do believe that. That is your art. If your art is flipping burgers, you're Bob's Burgers. Then you just are really good at flipping burgers in a unique way. So God bless you. Don't let anyone judge you on your talent.
No, exactly.
Stop judging people, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Stop judging people.
Stop judging people.
I like what I like.
It's reflection, guys. Reflection. Yeah. This is what I learned by reading one of my little comic books online. But it's so true. Reflection. If you judge somebody based on the way they're acting, you are basically judging yourself, because it reflects.
Yes.
You wouldn't know that person is that way unless you know something about it yourself.
It's projection.
It's projection, self-reflection, whatever you want to call it. But you have it within you if you can see it within others. So if I look at Adam and I'm like,
he's looking at me.
And I'm like, this guy is so annoying the way he fucking talks and apologizes to people or whatever. This is just example, not real. It sounded real, right? But that's just saying in general, towards Adam. That I can see that in him because I've seen it in myself. So just same thing with relationships, which we're not gonna go.
No, we could.
All right, I just heard a little whatever in your voice, but
that's myself again. It's projection.
Projection. There you go. If you're getting on your girl for cheating or for flirting, best believe you flirt yourself. Best believe, because you have nothing to if you've never really flirted with anybody else, you wouldn't be judging your girl on flirting. You wouldn't be thinking that she's doing that because you wouldn't see that within yourself and within her, But if she's flirting, you're worried that she's flirting because you're flirting. That's just the way things in life revolve.
It's the Edgar Allan Poe story.
Exactly.
The heart under the floorboard. It's you always hear that your guilt's always ticking at you. Yeah. That's why if you've done something and you've gotten away with it, you won't get away with it.
You won't get away with it.
In the back of your head, it'll always be like, oh man,
it'll deter everything.
I am still waiting for something to come back and fight me. I'm still looking over my shoulder because that's the kind of life I lead, guys.
So guys, I guess relationship wise, if you see an ex that or
exes
or girls, if you see a guy that he seems like he's just living up life and you're just fucking, you're sad and shit about things, Don't make me laugh at him. He's doing some weird body movements.
That's what you were doing.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
Prove it.
It is true.
But just because they're having a good time doesn't mean they're having a good time. They will live with that guilty conscience. And sure, karma seems to hit you faster than it does them, but that doesn't mean in the end they'll be the greatest thing ever. You know, they will fall and you will rise. You just have to give it time. You can't just fucking base your life off another person.
You can't.
You really can't. So, you know, I don't want to test that.
People, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means you're the coolest guy ever, man. I love you.
You want to get real? Let's get real, Santiago.
Okay, whoa. First of all, it's Diego, all right?
It's Diego, okay.
Yeah, I built stuff and tear it back down.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, isn't that... I don't watch kids shows, man.
I was talking about Battle of LA. That scene you like with Aaron Eckhart.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, you want to go there, San Diego? Let's go there.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I actually turned into kids shows and called myself...
Go Diego.
Yeah, Diego.
You are racist Diego. To yourself.
I am racist to myself.
But yeah,
I will check that.
But yeah, people are special, but they aren't that special at the same time. I know this is classic Adam Malave double talk. But what I mean about that, you can live without someone. Like, yeah, you meet amazing, special people, and you want them in your life, but if they don't want to be in your life, not saying that I've been fucking dumped or I'm a sad sack or anything. I'm really not.
Sound like you found out a meme.
I'm making up a meme. My friend he doesn't know how to read. He called a meme a meme.
Meme?
What the hit of it? But, yeah, like, I'm not a fucking sad sack or anything. But if anyone, we've all had people that we've had feelings for, and they just necessarily don't have those feelings back. You know, sure, it's happened to Bob Dylan or Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
I don't know why those two people popped in my head. But it happens, and you just move on eventually.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
It will definitely not kill you in the end if you can move past it. If you constantly think about it, and that's when you have problems.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to see somebody. But
if it consumes you,
and you let it, because no one's letting it but you.
Right. No one can drive you crazy except yourself.
Yeah, except yourself. What others do, remember, it's just a thing that they do. It's the way you take it. It's the way you take it that it's going to kill you. You know,
that's Scientology stuff right there, bro.
I guess.
That's what they believe.
Yeah, just saying. I mean, if I put it out there and say something really fucking bad about you, I'm your friend. You're going to feel some way about it. But if a fucking stranger says that, you'll be able to forget it the next day.
Right. It doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother you. So it really is the way you take it.
It is how you take it. It is you kind of have to have a thick skin in life. I mean, yeah, stuff is going to get through and it's going to hurt your feelings. And with that being said, don't pretend things don't hurt, because that's not healthy either.
Yeah.
Don't sit around like, oh, I'm okay. I'm alright. No,
I'm alright. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Screw you. Just ride through the pain.
Yeah.
Don't try to get over it too fast and don't dwell on it. Just let it roll out. Just let it go, bro.
You're actually doing yourself a disservice by holding it in, because it's always going to be inside of you. You got to let it out.
Inside of you.
You know? Kamehameha hit out of your hand.
We are best friends. We are best friends.
Why?
Because I swear on my father's grave, I was like, I'm going to work Kamehameha wave into the podcast. I was like, here it goes. I'm going to, that is either going to be a Facebook post, or I'm going to work it into the podcast. Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
Oh man,
guys, this is super amazing.
Yeah, we just amazed ourselves.
We're gonna have to do a live episode with our audience one day, because our electricity is crazy. You don't think so?
No, I'm just kidding. It is wild. It is on fire. It's that thing
on fire.
You know, if you touch us, you will
burn.
Morbidly deformed. Because we are just such electricity pouring out.
In the zone, you guys. We're in the zone.
Oh God.
He's on fire. NBA Jam. What was that? I was with Gino. We was in Manhattan and we were playing NBA Jam. And I apologize. We were playing NBA Jam on an arcade game. And that wasn't the version where you can make me get on fire. I kept bothering Gino because Gino was like doing dunks and stuff. Like, make him get on fire.
Come on, do it. Please do it. Man. Please. I gotta see this. I haven't seen this in like 20 years. I was a kid.
Yeah, in like 20 years I haven't seen. But it's NBA Jam fire. That's the one you slam dunks and like they get on fire.
On fire, and all video games are so fun. They just are fun as hell.
They are fun. Video games are fun. They're just. I'll say this: they're getting too good, and by that I mean, like, too time consuming. Like, I'm taking it way too serious. It's not just. Sometimes, I get frustrated, and it's not fun to me. Like, if I'm doing this mission in Call of Duty, I'm like, really, like, I gotta do this shit, man. People depending on me. I gotta escort this guy. Depending on me. Through the fucking desert. He's gonna die, man. It's on me.
Oh, then you should play Mass Effect. It's all decision based. You will really like, oh damn. And if you don't make the right decisions, you get the wrong people killed.
I make horrible first decisions. Not horrible. I make some good snap decisions. My mom told me, and Ted even said this, and like a lot of people said, I'm a good decision maker, but lately I'm making a lot of bad decisions. It's always like, oh, my second thought, that made more sense. Like, I made a bad decision last night that I could go into. That actually turned out, well, we'll see how it turned out this morning.
We'll see. We'll see the aftermath.
The aftermath.
But, aside from that, just, I guess what you're saying, storytelling is becoming real.
It's becoming real.
You know what question arised, that I saw on the internet? No one asked me directly, but I saw this question on the internet. They're like, what would video games be if there were no internet, there were no online gameplay? And, internet was never invented.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, and you want to know my answer first? Or you want to?
Well, I just heard the question.
Oh, okay. So, well, my answer is because the answer that the people gave was like, oh, it wouldn't be that popular. It would just be a tight niche thing between nerds, but it will still be big, but not as big as now. But I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because the advancement of video games was going on even without the internet. Right. Dude, I played Halo 2 a long time with just my brother and me and you guys sometimes when we went to one of our friends' house, and basically we were just having fun, like, and then when we go home and we play it individually, we're like, we can't wait to like meet our friends again and really show them up. It like not having it online was never a problem. Now that we have it, it's like a problem if it goes away. I don't see why
because we got used to it.
We got so used to it. But I think the power of storytelling would have advanced more than the internet, than the internet-wise thing. Because people nowadays, they don't care about the storytelling. They just want to focus on the multiplayer.
The multiplayer is funner.
Because that's not even funner, because that's just what they're going to release DLCs. People are going to buy stuff. It's more structured about having people buy or invest in it even long after the game has been launched, so you have to have that multiplayer solid, and they don't put up that fucking storytelling. There's exceptions. There's BioShock, there's Mass Effect, there's games like that, but if we had no internet, they would focus more on the story, and they would advance the immersion that we get into the video games. That's my aspect.
And I still think I think what they meant was, like, Grand Theft Auto wouldn't have sold 1 billion copies if there was no internet. I think that's what they mean. But video games have always been immensely popular since the 80s, like Super Nintendo. Like, people just like video games because they are fun. Video games are fun, I'm not gonna lie. Some people take them too serious and give up their lives and jobs for video games.
Yeah.
And those people, I feel like they just be addicted to anything. They just have it for video games.
Here's the thing about Grand Theft Auto. Not to get too into it, but...
Let's go.
They were hyped about the storyline for Grand Theft Auto before the multiplayer got announced. Before they said there was going to be a multi, thing where mad people can get online, and people were just hyped about the story that they were presenting in the open world environment. I think Grand Theft Auto didn't do so bad when it first was released, and that's what I'm saying. If there was no internet, they would just advance on the story,
right?
And they would still have co-op. People would still go over to people's houses and play. So it wouldn't be, they would just see how that would advance.
But I just use Grand Theft Auto as an example. I think online gaming has expanded the video game industry beyond its wildest dreams. Like, I think if you talk to the biggest video game expert years ago, it's
actually bigger than the movie industry.
It is bigger. Yeah, it is bigger than the movie because it's a worldwide thing. It's things people connect to, and the internet has made the world a lot smaller.
It's no more, you're such a kid for playing that. You're such a kid.
Right.
No, and people take that shit seriously sometimes.
They take it seriously. Yeah. Because for me, a good game distresses me. Like, if I have a stressful day, like Tuesday night is the only night I give my...
I'm agreeing.
Oh, okay. Tuesday night is the only night I give myself off. Like, I don't now if I have a quiz or something, or like an exam, or if there's something I gotta study, yeah, of course. But Tuesday night I reserved is just for me. I cook myself a dinner, I listen to maybe a podcast, something, I play video games, and Tuesday night saves my life. Part of that is the video game. Like, that's when I catch up on games and advance through stories or season modes, and other things like that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, one of my things is I buy the stories that don't have multiplayer. They're just straight up storytelling. I buy those games probably the first day it comes out, and I don't play it. I put it aside.
Really?
I put it in the cabinet, and I save it for a rainy day.
Really?
Why? Because that game is going to get me through the rainy day, and it's going to be so much fun. I could be thinking about the bad things that happened to me that day, or I could be playing this immersive-ass game. Think about it. I could be playing the games... I could play the online games all the time, but the games are like Batman, Arkham Asylum. I was so excited for that, and I still was, but I didn't play it because I didn't feel it was the right time. And when it was a rainy day, I wasn't even feeling bad. It was a rainy day. It was so mellow, nothing else to do, and I didn't want to waste my time doing anything else or trying to reach out to people or whatever. I played this game, and it gets me through it. That's why I play the single player games, because I choose a nice time, a mellow time, when it's raining, when it's snowing. I play Skyrim sometimes. This game where it's so immersive, and the snow in the game is so realistic. And it was snowing this morning. I'm like, shit, the snow looks just like a Skyrim. I'm like, I'm gonna go home, play Skyrim, then I'm gonna fall asleep. Because I work the overnight, so I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep right after I play Skyrim. It's fun. It's gonna feel so good. I'm like, whatever. So
I plan my day out like that too. Not necessarily with video games, but like, okay, I'm gonna read this book when I get in, or I'm gonna listen to this podcast, or I'm gonna study this, or look this up because I'm effing nerd and I can't stand that there's stuff in the world that I don't know. Yeah, if that makes sense.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
It's fine. You moron. You moron.
I'm not stopping you.
You're not gonna stop me?
I'm not stopping
Somebody stop me. Jim Carrey. Someone should stop me in life.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
That was Hey Arnold.
Yeah. I'm crazy. I still watch that shit.
Hey Arnold is the greatest.
Oh my gosh.
You just orgasmed?
Yes. Don't even get me started. It's already creepy. Two dudes in the room, and they're just going crazy over this. But
we've been going crazy. Yeah, we have actually. Two dudes in an undisclosed location. Go to Netflix.
Rewatch every episode from Hey Arnold. You're gonna love it.
You are gonna love it.
You're just gonna love it.
Great.
It's great. And then the last episode just makes you cry. It's just a whole trip.
Is it a cheat that jazz? When you add jazz to stuff, it does make it better. Like Cowboy Bebop, Louie, Hey Arnold. This stuff is great because they have jazz soundtrack to it.
I don't think it's a cheat. I think people need to take more cues. You know what I like about other things aside from jazz being in things is that I like a movie when they put trains on movies, or an episode of an anime that I watch that has a train on it. I don't know. I'm not one of those.
I'm not judging you.
I'm not one of those crazy guys that are like, you put a train in the commercial and like, trains, buy the trains, come on, call this number, get the trains. No, I'm not one of those crazy guys. But the train, like a train fight scene or a story lead up from like, you're in the train station, you're waiting for something to happen, shit like that. Like the immersion of it is so real. Like, Denzel Washington shit. I eat it up.
Which train went?
Both. Both. I eat them up, man. I love like the beginning of Drunken Master 2 when Jackie was in the train and he had to catch the train after fighting this freaking crazy ass Shaolin monk dude, whatever. I don't know, but. That's my special fetish. Put a train in the movie, I'll go watch it no matter what. You got my money.
Just to be an asshole, everyone knows, hey, I have a brother who's on the spectrum. Like, literally, my brother's autistic, but autistic people love trains.
Hey.
You know that, right?
You know what? I'll eat it up. I'm autistic. I love that shit. I love my trains.
That should be the name of this episode.
If I was the mayor,
I'm autistic and I'll eat this shit up.
If I was the mayor of Jersey City, I'd be like, put more trains.
We need more trains. I wish Barack Obama just
put more trains up.
Start talking like JFK one day. Just hey. That's a bad jam.
We got a dilemma.
I do like trains too, But personally, boats. I love being on boats and in the water. I don't know. I'll take the ferry places for no reason. Just take it back. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I made signals to Adam not to bang on the table because
I'm not banging the table.
The vibration. It does hit.
I'm not banging the table.
Actually, there we go. Vibration.
Good vibration.
Sorry about that. What were you saying again?
No, I just like being on trains and boats.
Trains and boats. Shit, that's important. That's some important shit right there. Oh man.
I do wish I could sail away. Like that is a fantasy of mine that I could, and that just happened recently on something I was watching. Like,
you know, one of my favorite points of Superman movie is when he was in the fucking ship. When he was in the boat fishing. Or Benjamin Button when he was on the boat fishing. Fishing. I even watched the fishing show on the Discovery Channel.
We never went fishing together. We've known each other for like how many years? We never fished
We
together.
should.
This summer.
We should Captain Phillips this shit, right?
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain
It's going
now.
to be okay, Irish.
It's gonna be okay,
all
Irish.
going to be okay. Watch Captain Phillips, guys. I'm munching on ice right now, but it's really good.
He said, "Watch Captain Phillips. It's really good."
And we should just Captain Phillips this summer. Actually, let's get our boating license and let's go crabbing.
I don't tell many people this. I have driven a boat before at camp because like counselors, people, they liked me and they used to me, like they used to tell me how to drive the boat. Now I'm not saying that I need a refresher course, of course.
Yeah,
a refresher course, of course. But
look, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
But I know I can do it.
Damn it, Adam! I say like at this rate in medicine and stuff like that, we have. Let me finish.
Okay.
The rate in medicine and the way our people are developing our lives and keeping us alive and healthy. We have the 100 years now to live. Not necessarily we're gonna make it to 100 years, but that's in our mindset. We have 100 years to do things. You know what I mean? So we can get in 1 year, get a boating license, learn everything there is to know about crabbing, and then the next year, the next summer, prepare ourselves and go out there like in 78 hours or something, a movie.
48 hours.
48 hours. We're not gonna end up like him. But
no, you mean 127 hours?
Yeah, 127 hours. Okay. But just go out and do it. We of course want to tell people we're going. Yeah. But we could go out and do it. We could go fishing. We could rack up crabs, come back, get money for it, have a good time, and venture out to sea. It's not impossible, guys. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm not necessarily saying we're gonna do this, but I'm saying it's possible.
I mean, we would have to, if we rented one, we would have to. It would have to come with like a captain and stuff like that. Like we're not allowed to do it ourselves, even if we have our boating license. But still.
Yeah.
Just act like he doesn't. Act like that guy's not there.
But how do we become captain though? That's the thing.
We buy our own boat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And we're gonna name it. I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
We're gonna do that.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Cruising by another captain ship, and the captain reads that. He's like, "I'm the captain now." He's like, "You made me read that all." Bastards.
I love the word captain. As you can see from my Instagram and Captain America.
It's just, you gotta love. Yeah, the word captain is just very addicting.
Yeah,
actually,
it has
pulls
power
you.
to it.
It has a lot of power.
Pull you. And I was supposed to say something.
Pulls rank.
It does pull rank.
Yes, it does.
You could be a sergeant.
Yeah.
I'm a captain.
I love the word captain when it comes to pirate ships. I am the captain.
I'm the captain. That's how you say it.
Captain, oh no, of course. Captain Blackbeard. Don't talk to Blackbeard, the captain. Like there's two things I would dress up and just roll with. I would dress up as a pirate or a cowboy. I just love those outfits.
You love pirates and cowboys.
Yes, I do. Should make a movie, Pirates and Cowboys.
Pirates and Cowboys. They have cowboys and aliens.
Yeah, why not?
Why not Pirates and Cowboys?
That would be so cool, actually, if you think about it. It wouldn't be like historically accurate, but it'd be really awesome. Though.
Really awesome. Man, there's still pirates out there. There's still cowboys.
Yeah.
A cowboy. What is a cowboy?
Like you gotta go to the ranch.
Do you? Yeah. I think that's just the setting.
No, because I mean, you have different names. You can be a sheriff. You could be an outlaw. But I think cowboy itself is just taking care of your responsibilities out on the ranch.
I think it's just the personality of a cowboy. I don't think you have to be in a Western setting.
Well, who is it? Kid Rock said it best. Because I'm a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy.
No reason to explain myself.
And he's from fucking Detroit.
I think if you say you're a cowboy, you're a cowboy.
Hey, I call myself a captain.
Yeah.
Like, that's just on my Instagram name. I really do believe I'm a captain.
Why not?
I'm the cat of any situation.
It's part of the reason why the anime Bleach, if anyone's ever watched Bleach, is so cool because everyone in the other world, there's two different worlds. There's the regular world and then there's the other side, whatever. And then the other side is these group of people and they're all called captains.
Aizen.
Captain Aizen.
That's my favorite name in the world. Captain Aizen.
Captain Aizen.
I might name my son Captain Aizen.
Seriously, it's just captains everywhere. You're just so captivated by the captains.
I'm a big strong old cat.
Oh, I love I love my fucking what show was that again? Flapjack, man. Why they cancel that? I love my Flapjack.
I watched the last episode recently. Big strong old cat. I'm gonna name my son Captain. I just realized that.
Captain.
Oh yeah.
How would you pronounce it?
Captain.
Not Captain.
Not Captain. I can't do that to him. I'm already naming him. I'm already naming him Captain. I can't name him Captain. I can't do that to him. Fucking call Davis on me. Right. What would he name me?
Oh man. But
oh man is right.
Oh man.
How much?
How much
is that doggy in the window?
I don't know. Take me.
I'll take you there.
So
stream of consciousness, people. What's up?
So we really took it off topic though. We took it like from fucking where would we be born? I think that's the answer. We would be born anywhere as long as we're called captain.
As long as we're called captain.
As long as we're called captain.
I'd be a slave. I would never be a slave. I'd be born in slave days.
Yeah.
Called captain.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter. But you know what, guys? I feel I should say this. That's the beauty of this podcast. Stream of consciousness. Yeah, a lot of work goes into this thing. Trust me. We put a lot of work in
Oh, yeah. There is a hamster in our brains, and he is just running around 24/7.
And this is the depths of night. It might be morning. It's so late. But we're doing it for you guys.
Yes.
So, stick with us.
Button up.
Button up.
Button down.
Button up and button down and stick with us. Because trust me, that's the way to go, you guys. We've got this.
We got this. And
we're the captain now.
So, guys, this is the end of this week's podcast. Nice to see you again after a week's break. We had Martin Luther King and everything else in between.
And, we had to prepare a little bit.
You got to prepare a little bit, Yeah. It's not always going to be a weekly stream, but when you get us, you'll love us. You'll take us on.
Take us all on.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, what up?
This nigga just switched it on me, son.
Man, we gotta get our ad show together. But guys, join us next week as me and Adam talk about everything under the sun.
And don't forget, we really do love you for listening. We really do.
We really do.
We really
Any bit counts. If you have 3 ears, open that third one up and we will whisper into all of 3.
Whisper sweet nothing.
Oh, sweet nothing.
Into your ear.
Tonight the music screams so loud.
I can show you the world.
Oh, you one up me again. I love Aladdin.
I love Aladdin too.
But hasta la vista until next time.
Hasta mañana. Oh, real quick. Captain Ad America on Instagram. That's Captain Ad America.
Well, we don't have to do that anymore.
Well, new listeners.
We're just I guess the new listeners. Yeah, but
there's like Stan Lee said, this is always someone's first. That's what he said about comic books.
Okay.
And podcast is always someone's first.
It's always someone's first. So, but what I was suggesting is that. Anyway, what I was suggesting was that we were just going to say, follow us down below. I'm just going to put it down in the descriptions of every place we put it up anyway.
Okay. So it would just stop being lazy and look at the screen.
Yeah, there you go. Look at the screen. Stop being lazy. Captain Ad America and
Metro City Madness.
And Instagram and follow us and we'll hook you up. All right, guys.
We'll hook you up.
See you next week.
Sayonara. Bye-bye. Bye.